Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about Miller's Girl, and this movie is currently on Netflix, and it stars Martin Freeman, Jenna Ortega, and I thought this movie was pretty bad. I was kind of surprised as to how much I did not enjoy this movie, because I saw a little bit of it, and I was thinking to myself, okay, this could be something if handled correctly, and I read what it was about. I was like, okay, this could be something. Then I watched the movie and I was like, wow. This movie has absolutely no idea what it wants to be because it's too short to be interesting or have that much of a story. And what they do with that 90 minutes is not really much of anything at all. There's not really much substance to anything. I didn't find any of the characters interesting. The dialogue is terrible. No one talks like a real person. And this wouldn't be distracting if the movie had a purpose for it being that way, because everyone kind of talks in a way that they would in a book or with literature, and that would be fine if the characters were a lot stronger and not just paper thin, like really basic, nothing really to them. And that's how I feel about the characters in this movie, and they all talk the same, and whenever any of the characters talks, I just hear the writer, which is very distracting for me. I found it to be kind of funny whenever the movie showed off texts or phone calls, because it would just have it just on the side, like a pop-up on like a Hallmark movie thing, and it was so distracting, and I laughed whenever that happened, which wasn't all that often, but it is distracting and didn't need to happen. And this movie kind of did remind me of Blonde, and that's not really a good thing. I was getting that impression from the music towards the beginning, and I was like, okay, I don't know how I feel about this. Maybe that's going to be a good thing, maybe that's going to be a bad thing. Could have gone either way, and by the end of the film, wow. There's a few similarities between this movie and Blonde. Not quite as crazy as that movie, but there are points in this movie where it's pretty ridiculous. Like, the middle of this movie is ridiculous. Most of my laughs came from the second half of the movie, and that's from me laughing at the movie, not with it. I found this movie to be incredibly dull. I didn't care about anything that was going on, and the movie was so slow. And I was just feeling as though the energy that was in my body was just being drained while watching this movie. I was like, come on, let's just get to the next scene already, because this is taking so much out of me. And this was pretty tough to sit through. And the only thing that I kind of liked in the movie was Martin Freeman. He had good screen presence, but that was about it. His character was kind of annoying, and that goes for all the characters in this movie. They're all annoying, and there's just nothing interesting about them, and it's just very flat, and it just felt like a movie that had no idea what it wanted to be. It tried to have a film with a traditional narrative structure, then it tries to be an art film halfway through, and it just has no idea what it wants to be, and it doesn't mesh anything well properly, and it's just very distracting and very boring. And that's about all I have to say about Miller's Girl. Very boring in the first half. Second half is where it kind of got laughable and pretty ridiculous, and that's the whole movie. Boring or funny bad at points. Nothing's particularly interesting or memorable, and it's just a film that exists, and I have nothing else to say about it. Didn't need to see it, and it was just a big waste of time. Luckily, it was short, but man, do they do nothing with that runtime or do anything creative. Well, I guess they do things creatively, but not in a way that I feel benefited the movie in any positive way. Like outside of being funny bad, which isn't really a positive. It's just like, hey, the movie was entertaining at a couple points. I can't exactly quantify that as a positive for this movie, because it is dragging the movie down. So with all that being said, I'm going to give Miller's Girl a 2 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos. As always, if you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below you thought of Miller's Girl, and my social media links, they will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see you when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for The Father. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.